Wow, week 7. What a week. And since we're in studio, we might as well talk about what's going on around the league in week 7. We are still on our regular scheduled episodes, dropping every Thursday as usual, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, and 301 that is, on all the audio platforms. Should we jump in, Robbie?
Let's jump into it, Jules.
All right, week 7 reaction. Let's start off with the Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots are looking great. They're in the right direction. Vrabel is the coach, for this job. There is no doubt about that. You got to go back. You got to give credit to Mr. Kraft. He always wants the Patriots to be on the right track, leading in the right direction, trending towards a championship, trending towards getting better on a weekly basis and a yearly basis. And he did that last year. Obviously, he thought he had the right hire last year, and he correctly made that change when he knew he didn't, and he brought in Vrabel. So you got to give him credit for that
some
play.
balls.
And it takes some balls to do that.
Take some balls to fire someone after 1 year.
Exactly. It sure does. But like Mr. Kraft says, and he always says it to the public eye when he's doing media, I'm going to do what's best for this organization to put a winning product out on the field because these fans deserve it in New England. So you got to give Mr. Balls Kraft credit that he did what he did, and now they're on the right track. I mean, I'm sure RKK is loving it right now. Patriot fans are loving it as well. Let's talk about the game, Jules. How did they look versus Tennessee, where Vrabel got fired, which was a huge mistake, by the way, by the Tennessee Titans to do, 2 years ago? Huge mistake. Stupid.
I think they've won 5 games since he's left, and I think 4. Oh, they won 4. Patriots have won 5 games this year. My initial reaction, I want to play for Coach Vrabes. He seems like such a great dude to play for. Now, we know him as a friend when we go to the Derby, and he's always still had that leadership role, and you always saw that leadership role when he was giving me picks to win a lot of money on betting on horses. But, in the grand scheme of things, he's like a player coach, but he's also, you can tell he keeps jokers accountable. And you could tell guys know that there's a direction there that they're going. It feels kind of Belichick-ish.
Yes.
But with a player-type coach.
Yes. So kind of Belichick and who? Who would you combine Vrabel as a coach? Belichick for sure.
And McVay.
And McVay? That's a good comparison right there.
A lot of EQ. Just because the only reason we say Belichick, because he came from that foundation. He learned a lot of football through Coach Belichick. That's what Coach does. He teaches football. And you could see a lot of his fundamental team building and how he wants his team was the same as our teams, because that was his team. But also, he's a defensive coach. He's played on offense, though, and special teams. But he has the EQ of Sean McVay. You could tell that guys like playing for him. Guys are all engaged. You see Drake May gave him the game ball after because they got the win in Tennessee. Those moments are fun, and they seem genuine, and they seem authentic. And it just I'm excited for them. And you also got to tip your cap to Josh McDaniels with what he's done with Drake May. Drake May's playing freaking phenomenal right now.
Yeah, he is playing phenomenal. He's made a huge jump. He had a great rookie season with the short amount of games that he played, but to see a guy
He had great moments.
Go from year 1 to year 2 and have a jump like this, it's obviously the work ethic that Drake May's putting in, but also you got to be coached greatly as well, just as much as you are putting in the work. And Josh McDaniels, I was talking about it on air, with Fox last year, that Josh McDaniels needs to be the guy that is hired as the offensive coordinator. We played for him. We know how great of a coach he is. We know how he can relate to a player and be able to transfer that information from a coaching staff to a players meeting so everyone's all on the same page on the offensive side of the ball. And also, he's the quarterback coach for May. I wouldn't say he developed Tom Brady. He helped develop.
The whole time, damn near.
Yes, damn near the whole time. I think Charlie Weiss was
there, but he was an offensive control-y guy.
All right, so he was there the whole time, helped develop Tom Brady. He understands what it takes, at that quarterback position to get it done. And what's most importantly, though, is Josh McDaniels helps, a quarterback to have the ability to read a defense
and protect himself.
Yes, and you can have all the skills in the world at the quarterback position, but if you can't read a defense, well, guess what? You're going to be one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. You're going to be no good. You're worthless. So Josh McDaniels comes into play hugely there.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing efficient. He's not making the same mistake twice. He's making mistakes here and there. He hasn't in the last 3 weeks, but he's correcting them. He's taking care of the football. I mean, he beats Tom's freaking franchise record of 88.5% completion. He beats that record with 91.3, 21 for 23, 222 yards, and 2 touchdowns. You have to have at least 200 yards for that to be in the book.
Hey, hold on for a second, Jules. This 91.3 completion percentage rate is kind of, I would say, is kind of miscalculated. I would say it's getting overhyped a little bit because there's so much more that goes into, a completion percentage for a quarterback. I mean, hey, are the wide receivers catching the ball or are they dropping the ball? Hey, did you throw the ball?
Team stat. That's team top.
Yes.
Rob is saying that it's a team stat.
It's more of a team stat. Yes. Yeah. It's a quarterback leading the way, but it's a quarterback /
offensive line.
Yes. Hey, are you taking sacks? Hey, are you rolling out of the pocket because you got pressure and then everyone's covered? So the best situation is to throw the ball away, so then it takes down a quarterback's completion percentage. There's just so many factors that go into it. I think it's a little overblown, with New England right now that, oh my gosh, Brady never had 90% completion percentage in a game. Drake May has 91.3. I'm not taking anything away from Drake May. I'm just saying this stat is a little bit overblown.
I agree. Also, they've won 4 in a row. I want to see, got a big game next week against Cleveland. This is going to be a
trap
huge
game.
Not a trap game. That defense is for real, right?
Oh, for real game.
That's a for real game, no?
For real game.
I mean, I think this is another big test game.
Yes.
Because
there we go. Test game.
You can't like Schwartzy's going to have Myles Garrett and the boys pinned back, ready to kill people. We always watched the goddamn film from 2013 or 2011 when we went to Cleveland. I'm sure Vrabel's going to bring that damn thing up. But, Gabriel's looked better on offense with Cleveland Browns. So another big test. Also, last before we move on, Booty makes some big plays. He's making some key plays. It's great to see Diggs. He's kind of moving around, getting a lot of catches. Really big play by Pop Douglas on that 4th and 1 one-hander catch. That's what you need. I mean, there's just a lot of guys making plays, and it's been fun to watch. I hope they continue this thing. Let's move on to something next.
All right, let's move on. We got the
big names return.
Oh, we got the big names returning. Yes, we got Rashee Rice, who returned 7 receptions, 42 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then the Kansas City Chiefs, and it ended up beating the Las Vegas Raiders 31-0. I mean, it wasn't even contested by the Raiders. The Chiefs are looking like the Chiefs, like they have been throughout the previous years. They're a total different team than they were the first couple weeks of the year. They got everyone returning.
Healthy.
They all returned. They're all healthy, and they're playing at the highest level in the NFL. I think the Chiefs are a top 3 team, if not the best team in the league right now, along with
who are you taking in the AFC to beat them right now?
Bucks as well. They're up there.
Who are you taking in the AFC right now?
I don't see anyone in the AFC really beating the Chiefs. They're the top team to me after what I saw them do the last 2 weeks.
So let's play this game.
Yeah.
You got Buffalo. You got the Ravens.
No.
And then you got the new dudes. You got new dudes. You got Indy and Pats.
I would say
Indy and Pats.
I would say the Indianapolis
Jags
Colts
were there, but they just got manhandled.
No, the Jags are back to being the Jags.
Yeah.
I think they got lucky at the beginning of the season with these 4 wins. Yeah, they just got manhandled by
a beat-up LA Rams team in London, which is a home game for them because they go every year.
And LA had to travel an extra 6 hours to get to London.
But they stayed in Baltimore and then went from Baltimore day before. Which
McVay, smart coach.
McVay. Yeah. So those are like the teams in the AFC. Is there going to be another?
I would say the Colts are the best chance.
I know, but are we taking Daniel Jones?
No, you're not. But I'm just saying that's the best chance.
I know, and that's what it's scary right now because right now, if you had to put a bow on it and say who's going to represent the conference, I mean it's them.
All right, well, let's get back to the big names returning. We also had CD Lamb return.
Big game.
He made a big impact as well. Big game, 5 receptions, 110 yards, and a touchdown, and they ended up beating Washington 44-22. And then we had George Kittle, who returned 0 receptions for 0 yards, but that's not really where he, makes his impact all the time. In the pass game. He makes his impact in the run game as well. And what happened to Christian McCaffrey?
That was the best game Christian McCaffrey's looked all year. I mean, that was old vintage Christian McCaffrey. We haven't kind of seen that. And it's not by accident that George Kittle, a guy who manhandles in the run game, comes back and McCaffrey has his best game against a hot Atlanta team that has been playing pretty decent defense. I was really disappointed with Atlanta last night. Really disappointed with Atlanta.
Atlanta is a team where they're so unpredictable every single week. One week, they're on fire. They look great. They're beating the Buffalo Bills. Everything's clicking. The offense looks on fire. And then the next week, they absolutely tank. And they can get blown out. They can beat a great team. They can lose to a terrible team. You just never know what Atlanta's going to do. They've been like that for a few years now. So you can't be disappointed in them. You just say, oh, that's the Atlanta Falcons. You don't know what you're going to get on a weekly basis. They have no identity.
And that's what's so great about the NFL. Look, 3 guys come back. You got Rashee Rice, you got Kittle, and you have CeeDee Lamb. And they literally can change how the teams are.
How the offense performs.
How the offense performs.
Elevates them to a whole nother
level. I mean, Cowboys, I think that time without CD was probably good for them because they developed a rapport with freaking Pickens. Now they look like they're unstoppable on offense. Kittle comes back. They run the best they ever have. And then Rashee Rice comes back, and now the Chiefs are the kings again. Unstoppable. So like going forward, you look at teams like the Los Angeles Chargers. When they start getting healthy, hopefully they can learn from this and get better because they've been losing games because they're battered up right now.
They sure are.
How about this New York Giants game against the Broncos yesterday?
That was one of the craziest fourth quarters I've ever seen. That has to be a record for the most amount of points in the fourth quarter scored. I mean, if no one's talking about that, if it's a record or not, so I'm not sure if it is, but 33 points the Denver Broncos scored in the fourth quarter, 0 throughout the first 3 quarters. Would you say it was more of the Denver Broncos, making that comeback happen, or was it more of a collapse by the New York Giants?
I think it's a combination of both. New York is still a young football team. Jackson Dart and Cam Scatajuice,
Scam Scataba. We got nicknames all over the
place. Scatajuice. These kids got juice. They're young and they're hungry and they're feisty and they're fun, but they don't know how to win yet. That team doesn't know how to win yet.
They're exciting though.
And the Denver Broncos, they're battle tested. They know how to win. They've won some ugly, sloppy games this year with their defense. They made the plays when the team needed it. It was a big win for Bo Nix to come back because the offense hasn't looked right with the Broncos all year. You know what I mean? Doesn't it seem hard for them? It's hard right now.
And they've been disappearing. That game perfectly explained their offense. They just disappear for a quarter. They disappear for 2 quarters, and all of a sudden they turn it on. And some games they disappear throughout the whole game, and that's why they have some losses because that defense is performing. But you got to have an offense as well to score some points. The defense can't have a shutout every single week. So that offense, if they get going, they're going to be a scary team. If they get going like they did in the fourth quarter. But that... they
got to find consistency on the offense.
They got to find a rhythm. They got to find a groove.
Denver's 33 points in the fourth quarter were the most in an NFL game by a team who was shut out in the first 3 quarters. Wow. That was such an entertaining game. That was a fun game. I feel bad for Dayball.
I do, man. I really love
He's Dayball. On that line. He's on that line.
He is, man. And
because if they win that game, he
has a couple more, chances.
You get more. You get an extra life. It's kind of like Mario. You got a green freaking mushroom thing.
But I think he's gonna get it. Get it to where he needs to get it.
I do too. I am, but I hope they give him the time to get it where they need to get it.
Yes.
But what an unbelievable week of football. I mean, Eagles, are they back? They're back. They aren't back. They are back.
Finally, they open up the playbook and air it out, and then they go for over 300 yards.
Something to be said about Sirianni.
They were saying Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball down the field, and all of a sudden he's just launching it left and right down the field. It's just all over the place.
It's all over the place.
Why don't they just do that every week? Why don't they just toss it down the field? I think Brown and Devontae Smith like that all the time. It's like they just save it.
I think they're just such a complimentary team. Sometimes, the rhythm gets off. It's tough because when they put it together, they look unstoppable. I think they've been struggling at offensive line a little. I mean, the run game was better yesterday, but it wasn't what it was. And that was a little disappointed with B-Flow in the defense over there. Come on, B-Flow.
Yeah.
I know if we're going to go blitz, 0, can we tell the DB, watch out for double move that A.J. Brown's going to give that he's done like 3 or 4 times?
I mean, I like where he's getting creative in how to stop the tush.
That was sick.
Yeah.
But how do you convince a guy, hey, bro, we're going to leave your ribs vulnerable for 3 guys to just come in and freaking put their helmet right in there. Hey, don't worry. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. We may not get the play, but it's going to be a rep under the books. Oh, my God. I love the effort. And I'm just messing with B-Flow because I think he's such a great play caller on the defensive side of the ball that I just wanted to see more. And you got to tip your cap to Sirianni, who he got the boys up. That was a must-win for Philly.
It really was. It really was. They lost the last 2, and now they come back and they spanked the Vikings.
Yeah. What a week. This season's flying by. Before we know it, it's going to be cream season. Thanks. What? Yeah, it's almost cream season. Cream rises to the top, and we'll get into it.
What does that mean, cream season?
Cream rises to the top. All this, we just milked the cow at the beginning of the year, and you let that milk just sit, and what naturally happens? All the good stuff goes to the top, and all that bad stuff, you throw it out.
I understand.
And then you get cream season, and then you find out who's butter teams, because you get the very top stuff. You get off, and you get it for the butter. Shout out to our farmers. Thanks for tuning in to our Week 7 reaction. Make sure you like and subscribe. Seasons are flying by. We'll see you Thursday on our regularly scheduled episode. It's a good one.